Thank you, Dr. Tanveer, for opportunity for today's session. Tough job was to address diversified range of audience, which include students, feed mill, dairy farms, flour mill managers, warehouse operators, collateral management companies operators, feed mill directors, and big data scientists. So I will try to balance the session. I start with the uh, presentation by sharing my screen. Grain storage, silos, management, and IoT is our today's topic. Types of grain that are stored normally are maize, paddy, wheat, soybean, canola, rapeseed, sunflower. Many types of storage, including warehouses, piles, bunkers, silo bags, silos. Normally, common storage practices for these agri commodities are maize is stored both in warehouses and silos. Paddy also handled with warehouses and silos. Wheat is also stored both in warehouses and silos, while oil seeds like soybean, canola, rapeseed, sunflower commonly stored in warehouses. But practice of these oil seeds for silo storage has been started in Pakistan. Types of silos, commonly flat bottom and hopper type, both are present in concrete and steel. Silo management consists of good practices. Salam, by covering salam. Salam means S for sanitation, L for loading, A for aeration, and M for monitoring. By considering, observing, adopting salam, good practices, we can manage our commodities in very good condition and we face minimum losses during storage. For sanitation, during sanitation, there are two important points. One, before loading, disinfection of facility is very important. No previous debris on walls and in air ducts. And after loading, fumigation is the compulsory part when you are storing for a long period. Closed loop system is the only proper fumigation practice that may address the challenge of infestation. Otherwise, if you do not adopt closed loop system, resistance of phosphine is observed. That is very crucial. This is the sanitation, and now we go for loading. Loading is also very important. It includes pre-cleaning of grains in order to store grains for long time. Second important thing for loading of silo is moisture level. Moisture level, as a thumb rule, play very critical role, and each 1% increase in moisture content decrease the shelf life of a grain half. It cuts half of the shelf grain if we increase 1% moisture level, keeping other factors constant. So when you load your silos, keep eye on the moisture content, and distinguished loading of silos with moisture content level is recommended. The third important thing during blending, during loading is blending. When you handle grains with moisture level, you are receiving grains with different moisture levels. You can blend before or during loading in order to achieve an average moisture content, but it is some critical to handle the situation, but it is very easy if you monitor your grain during loading of silos. Grain grading is also another important factor during loading of silos. Grain grading consists of the foreign particle percentage in grain, broken kernels, dust, and some husk or fiber content in the grain that may be eliminated during cleaning, but high percentages of these items which I enlisted may decrease the shelf life of your grain, and you may face some challenges during storage. During loading, fan operations are an important factor that should be considered when you are loading your silo. Your fan should be in operation in order to reduce the harvest temperature of the grain that may increase within hours. So please keep your fans in operation during loading of silos. In last, I would like to introduce one equipment, grain spreader. Use of grain spreaders has a vital role during loading. If grain spreaders are not used, you cannot spread your grains uniformly, which results in unequal air distribution during aeration. So, grain spreaders must be adopted, but if you don't have grain spreaders, then you will have to move towards the coring operation. That will reduce your problem. The third important thing is aeration. Aeration is also a key player of the silo management. Aeration is the subject that is very critical, complex, and it is very necessary to operate your fans according to the situation. I have enlisted on the top two important factors. Number one, temperature, and number two, humidity. Both of these are very critical for the grain. When these two factors are considered during your management, you can store your grains successfully without spoilage. psychometric chart, and EMC, equilibrium moisture content, are related to temperature and humidity. You will have to study and learn the phenomena, both of these. I will present its some tabulated forms at the end of my presentation. The other important factor that is necessary to consider is weather forecast. If you don't know about your weather forecast, you cannot aerate your grains successfully. That is why you face condensation during your storage. Condensation was very common problem in past when industry had not exhaust fans with their silos. Now most of the silos have exhaust fans that have reduced condensation problems, but unfortunately it is not eliminated fully. How can we address this condensation? Although we have exhaust fans, it requires aeration of grains during all weather change condition. Whenever your weather change, you will have to adopt transitional aeration, and during these seasons you will have to adopt maintenance aeration. By spending this money on electricity to aerate your grains will result in less weight loss of your grains. This is the psychometric chart in which you can study the relative humidity and temperatures. This is the equilibrium moisture content chart. It is for corn, and you may see that if you have high outdoor relative humidity and less temperature, your grains will get moisture content when you aerate. So when you are aerating your grains, you will have to consider your moisture content of grains and outdoor relative humidity. The last component of SLAM is monitoring. That is very critical, most important, because when you have some loopholes, during your storage and you are monitoring and keep eye on your grain, then you can address the challenge, and this monitoring will lead to actionable decisions. Currently in Pakistan, cable system is present that only demonstrate temperature. These temperature cables are hanged in silos with many sensors. This operation of monitoring temperatures of grains is manual or PLC based, and data collection, if the system is manual, is entered on a register that is very hectic to analyze. This is the disadvantages of this monitoring system. It is very laborious, it is manual. almost 3 persons are involved. If you don't have PLC based in Pakistan, almost 90% monitoring system is manual, while 10% is PLC based. But disadvantages for both is it is laborious, manual, and it has high depreciation. The temperature cables destroy in few years, even in few months if you don't care, and no repairing of these cables is available. Human error chance is also involved in this. This is the pictures of current monitoring system. In this system, you are seeing that temperature cables are hanged in silo. DP box is available on wall of the silo. One jack is inserted in the DP box, and on monitor you see the temperature of relative sensor. By rotating the knob, you see the readings of all sensors and record them on a register, and that is analyzed by some operator or manager. That is very critical to analyze, because this data required some actionable decisions. This is the future of monitoring, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. Machine learning and artificial intelligence is the growing subject in the world now, and by using both, you can monitor your grain remotely. In this way, you not only observe and record the data of temperature, but also moisture, and not only temperature and moisture, but also carbon dioxide, because carbon dioxide evaluation is necessary for the monitoring of fungal growth and insects that are very critical for grain spoilage. When this technology we use, we may have phosphine monitors. Phosphine monitoring is also very critical for stored grains, because a minimum concentration for a certain time is required to eliminate the insects. That duration may be lethal for these insects if we do not monitor the phosphine concentration during fumigation. We are not satisfied by our process of fumigation, because in certain levels some phosphine levels will be higher, and somewhere it will be lower, somewhere it will persist for the desired time, and on other places it couldn't achieve. These types of sensors may monitor your inventory of the grains. That is also very critical for millers and industrialists. These are the sensors of today. These are using for monitoring of grains successfully. how it works. These sensors send signals to a gateway, and gateway send data to cloud that any person of that facility can see at its screen of PC or even at smartphone. This involves big data handling. You are monitoring real-time data, and this real-time data helps you to monitor your grains successfully. And by analyzing this data, you can decide some measurable actions. Simulation modules are also available for monitoring during storage. These simulation modules helps to predictions and forecasts of aeration plan. You can predict at which time your aeration is good, at which time your temperature will lower, humidity will be in your limit, and not only it gives duration of the aeration, but also it will indicate exact time of an operation. With the help of this facility, we can save electricity, and grain spoilage is reduced at lower cost. Moisture content of grains also may be predicted that at this moisture content, if we store the grain, when we will drain this grain after 6 months, what will be the moisture content? And this grain quality index is also an important feature of this module. Grain quality index helps us to demonstrate that after storing of a certain period, what will be the grain quality index of that grain. Current challenges are climate change. Climate change is the biggest challenge of this corn that is being stored. This bumper crop, this year bumper crop is available in Pakistan and is being stored in silos where it will face fungal growth because we have received higher moisture levels as per previous history. This time moisture levels were higher. So fungal growth is a high threat for our stored grains of corn that is being stored in silos. This is a chart that helps us to determine the shelf life of our grain. It demonstrates that each 5 degree Fahrenheit increase in grain temperature will cut the shelf life half, and each 1 degree 1% moisture content also cut the grain's shelf life half. Poor management of grains results in the destruction of silos, silos walls, silos roofs, and not only it is the loss of our property, but also the loss of our grain. This type of grain will be our result if grain is handled and managed poorly. Thank you very much. Questions are welcome.
स्क्रीन शेयरिंग ऑफ कर लें। जी, thank you, Dr. Imran. Session is open for discussion. So I will start from the questions given in the chat room. Here is the first question, just to say, because some of the students are also joining this session. What is PLAs? You have used the term PLAs. To kindly give a little idea to the students about PLAs. Dr. Imran, are you listening?
Yes, I am listening.
Are you hearing me?
Sorry. Yes, I am hearing. Sorry, I use the term PLAs.
PLA. Here is the question from Muhammad Wasif. What is PLAs? So move to the next. I will ask Muhammad Wasif. He may please explain the question, because this is an abbreviation and it could not be clear. Then from Hamid Raza, what is the existing total silo capacity in Pakistan? Are our silos, they are appropriate for carrying out proper fumigation?
A very good question. Very good question. This answer is currently in Pakistan feed industry is the largest stakeholder of silos. Even one feed mill has more than 100,000 tons capacity of grain storage, and many feed mills have this capacity. On the second number, wheat and then rice. And on fourth, the edible oil industry that has silos, but currently in Pakistan, feed mills are the major stakeholder. Dr. Tanveer, second part of this question was fumigation.
Yes.
Fumigation is the critically involved the tightness of silos. But in Pakistan, airtight silos are not available. But the silos available may be changed, or it may be renovated for this option. So we can operate, we can do the closed loop fumigation system, but it is not in practice now in Pakistan. Dr. Tanveer, I would like to say that first question I think was PLC. I think PLAs. I do not use this term in my presentation. I use PLC. If that is PLC, that is so that is programmable
linear control. Yeah.
Yes.
Next is from Akhtar Naseem. He's asking about the availability of disinfectant and fumigant in Pakistan, and how they can be applied in the silos. Any guess or idea? What are the best, or what you recommend?
There are many options of fumigation, but the most common, and I also recommend this, the aluminum phosphide tablets that are being used. But this is a hit and trial method. But I recommend that fumigation should be through closed loop system, and I will try to introduce in Pakistan, as I introduced remote monitoring in Pakistan. My next effort will be to introduce this closed loop system to introduce in Pakistan. But currently there is no option of there is no practice of this practice in Pakistan. So we use for aluminum phosphide tablets and insert them in the grains and wait for some time. After that, we open the premises and use the grain.
There's a next question from Kamar Rahman. He is asking if we have a corn with 19% moisture content, then for how long we can store?
19% moisture content depends, because I have already said the shelf life depends upon the two factors. One is moisture content, and second one is the temperature at which you will store that grain. So it will be by using my slide, or I also if I can say its life will be 1.1 month, almost 1 month. You can say 1 month if you store this at 70°F. If you store at 40°F, this may be increased to 6 months.
Okay, so it actually the storage depends upon temperature, humidity, and the availability of aeration system. So all the combined, when they are combined together, then we can define the actual length of storage period.
Sorry for interruption, Dr. Tanveer.
Yeah.
Sorry for interruption. It depends only two factors. Number one,
Yes.
moisture content of grain, and number two is the temperature of the grain.
Temperature of the grain or temperature of the silo, where you are keeping
Grain,
the
temperature of the
stuff.
grain, temperature of the grain, temperature of the grain, temperature of the grain.
Okay, thank you. Next, how much amount, how much number of exhaust fans they are required as a thumb rule for a certain area? How you can define the quantity of exhaust fan to avoid condensation? How many
Actually,
exhaust fans are required?
I recommend only one exhaust fan is enough for the silo capacity of 4,000 ton, and if you are going above 4,000 ton capacity, you will have to add one more. But this is not enough to avoid condensation until and unless you will follow transitional aeration and maintenance aeration.
So basically, when there is aeration, this is my question. When there is aeration, so that actually helps control moisture content when grains are stored in the silo. So that's why I'm saying that have a role on grain storage or extending the storage life of the grains.
No doubt, you are correct. The aeration basically is to control the moisture, to control the temperature of the grain, not for the controlling of moisture content.
Yeah, right. Yeah, next is how fungal growth can be controlled in maize silo.
There are two options. One, you have dry grain, and number two, if you have grain with high moisture, then you will have to cool it.
Okay. Okay. Next is a very interesting, almost related to this. When outside temperature is 37°C, then how can we store maize with 19% moisture in a silo?
You can store for 4, 5, 7 days, not more than this.
So there is no option to reduce the temperature within the silo?
Yes, there is an option, but you will have to use refrigeration machine.
It will increase the cost, definitely.
No doubt, it will increase the cost.
Yes, it means that we have to go for choosing the right moisture content when we are going to purchase the grain.
No, you will, if you want to buy grain with high moisture, you will have to use dryer to reduce the moisture content. That is less investment.
Good. So
Yes.
the dryers are available in Pakistan and they are
yes,
being
available.
used at feed mill.
Yes, yes. Every feed mill is using. Every rice mill is using.
Okay. So what is the maximum
Dr.
level
Tanveer,
of
may I
moisture?
talk? May I question?
Yeah, you may please just give us a time so that we can end up with this chat. Then we will go. Okay.
Okay.
In winter, when humidity is high, when to operate fans and for how much time when we store grain with more than 15% moisture? This has been discussed in different questions. So differentiate between winter and summer aeration.
Great. Very good question. Actually, when there is a winter season, temperature is low and humidity is high, then you will have to choose the right time by the psychometric chart understanding and the equilibrium moisture content at which you will play accurately.
Okay. So how we can monitor carbon dioxide level and what is the ideal carbon dioxide level in silo?
Actually, carbon dioxide is not currently monitoring in Pakistan, but it reflects the fungal growth and the insects present in the stored grain. So I think I could not quote, I could not give the figure of the carbon dioxide levels because currently in Pakistan it is not being monitored.
Okay. So I would request Akif to please ask the question or anyone else.
May I question, Dr. Tanveer?
Yeah, please.
Yes, Dr. Saqib here.
Yeah, Saqib, please.
How are you, Doctor? Dr. Imran.
Thank you, Dr. Saqib. Thank you. I am very fine. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. So, can you provide us any aeration plan in winter?
Yes, it could be provided, but this plan depends upon the day-to-day temperature and humidity content of the environment.
So you want to say that it's not necessary to run the fan continuously for the 3-4 hours. We have to break the time, and then someday it will run for 2 hours and someday it will run for 1 hour. Is it?
Is it? Yes.
Okay, then another question, right? That if we run for 2 hours, the air circulation is not complete. So what will happen? A hotspot will develop at the site.
Dr. Saqib, it is not desirous to recirculate the whole silo, because it takes almost, it depends upon the manufacturer, what type of fan he has provided and what capacity you have. It is not in 100, it is not less than almost 100 hours. This is a circulation in which the whole volume of air may be replaced by aerating and operating the fan. It is called transitional phase of aeration. That is only valid when the season is changing. When once a season has come, then you will have to go for maintenance aeration. Maintenance aeration is It may be 1 hour, it may be 0 hour, it may be 4 hours. You will have to select the right time and the duration for the operation of your fan.
Okay, thank you.
Dr. Imran, there is a question from Dr. Vikas. It's a very long question. The first part is, which area require more maintenance and how we can reduce that maintenance cost?
Very good question. In the silo, the walls area and the center of the silo is the most critical part of the silo. It should be monitored and addressed very critically and frequently.
Okay. Second is, if storage capacity is 5,000 ton, how much percentage should be reasonable to avoid traction pressure by commodities inside the silo?
Sorry, I couldn't. Please repeat.
If capacity is 5,000 ton, right? Then how much can be stored? Yeah, how much capacity can be filled? Like 80%, 70% of 5,000 ton, or we should go for 5,000 ton?
You will have to go for 5,000 tons.
It means you can go for, fully fill that silo.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, you will, Dr. Tanveer, otherwise you will increase your cost, because if you fill less, you will have to operate the fans that will consume the electricity same.
Okay. Good. Then which one is better, concrete silo or steel silo, which is economical and long lasting?
Actually, concrete silos are good for the better internal conditions, but it is very costly. So I think there is no choice of concrete, in my opinion.
The last part of this question is, what major issue you have faced in your life you would hope other not to face those issues?
This is the catching fire of a silo. This is very dangerous, and it is in a few months ago, one of my rice mill fellow face it. I also have the experience of this. This is a very dangerous situation. That is why I said that please prepare yourself, because where quality and safety meets, this is the dangerous, most critical part of uh, your facility. You will have to, if you are, it is your complete failure of your quality when you face some safety issue.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Imran. We might have some little questions, but I would request the participant, they can email those questions for their detailed reply. I will share a presentation with all, and if they have, if they want to know more about silos, so they can directly contact Imran, Dr. Imran Hassan. So I'm thankful to all the participants, and particularly to Dr. Imran Hassan for his nice presentation and giving a very good answers, so that we have a we get a very insight into the silos management and grain storage. Though lot of discussion is required and lot of questions are in mind, but within this short time, it's a very good webinar. Thank you, Dr. Imran Hassan, and all the participants. And I am also thankful to Dr. Jamil Malik, who is the director of this network and IT center of our university. Thank you to all.
Thank you.
Pakistan Zindabad, Pakistan Zindabad.
Bhatt Sahab the Great.
Thank you.